Kaptırıyor topu. Ali Tanrı'dan çok süratli. Ali orta yapacak. Sert orta. Sert orta.
Welcome everyone back to another MyStRo game production. Welcome to Ankara, and as you can see the weather is beautiful. Hopefully it keeps up for today's game, but of course we do have a game to catch up on. That is against Bursaspor. So without further ado, let's head on into Football Manager, catch up on that game and get on with today's episode. Right, so in our one game between episodes, we of course played Bursaspor, and well, it didn't go particularly well. As you can see, it was a 1-0 defeat in the end. Rather boring game, to be honest. They didn't do a whole lot. We had plenty of shots, just not enough on target. We had one in the end, I believe, and that, as you'll see, is not a great shot. Hopefully that's in the key package highlights. As you can see from here, they just passed it around near the back. Hoofed it up, Recap couldn't get onto the end of it. Remy coming down this left-hand side, plays it across to you, Vanek. He then plays the ball over the top for Remy, who of course was a mile offside. As you can see, it went to VAR in the end, and as we'll eventually see, it was disallowed. So, come on, are we going to get there in the end? Also, we are rocking Ataberk in goal. We're going to give him a bit of game time, give him an opportunity to perform. I don't remember if he was one of the underperforming players, to be honest. Cedar was definitely awful. I think he had a 6.3 in the end. Rigatsu, yet again, struggling. He was the guy who actually missed the biggest opportunity for us to get something from this game. As you can see there, he just smashes it wide of the goal. Recap did a good job here, though, intercepting the goal kick. Unfortunately, doesn't do out with it, though. Holds it up for too long, plays it back to Musin. Musin then holds it up, plays it to Emrehan. Acres of space. Think he could score from this. Doesn't get it on target. Just a bunch of wasted opportunities. I think we're probably going to have to train a bit of finishing, but we had to also swap out our right back. As you can see, Yildirim had a bad game, so we're not using Yildirim at the start of today's episode. He's going to be on the bench. Moved him to the bench. I'm sick of him having terrible performances. He's part of the problem in terms of our team going on a poor run of form. Kubilay also had a bad game. As you can see, I kept him on, but I moved him off and moved Cedar behind him. They then took the ball off us here through Volkan. Youssef plays it up. Skoda, of all people, plays it over to Youssef. Comes down the left-hand side and whips in across back post, I believe. Headed away, but it wasn't the end of our misery. Chat gets the ball. Plays it over the top. Skoda can't get onto it. Youssef does, though. Volkan smashes it from range, and they finally open us up in the 80th minute. So, very disappointing way to go, especially when we go to this next highlight, I believe. So, Chat plays the free kick short. They hold up possession nicely, come down left-hand side with Youssef. Now, Volkan, do we win the ball back? No, not quite yet. Jovanik plays the ball over to the right-hand side. Omar nods it down. Rigatsu holds up the ball nicely, comes up, plays it through to Diarra, back to Ozkan. Ozkan holding up the ball, plays it over to Omar. Omar then plays it into the centre where Volkan gets it to Kubilay. Kubilay to Ozkan. Rigatsu plays it all the way back to Volkan. Nice ball over to this right-hand side. It's played across, and Rigatsu hits the post. Of course he does. He has the perfect opportunity to break his goal drought, get us a point, and he hits the post. So, very disappointing game. As you can see, we had 10 shots. They had 5. 1 on target from 10 shots is very disappointing, though, to their 3. 1.02 XG to their 0.19. 2 corners to 7. 10 fouls to 5 fouls. 0 yellow cards, 0 yellow cards. 85% passing to 83. 55 on the possession to 45. They, of course, had that goal disallowed and a goal that actually counted. So, like I said, very disappointing game. Weirdly, I think they're second in the league. So, I don't know what this league is anymore. They're second in the league. They are overperforming. There was expected, I want to say mid-table or maybe lower end. But they're somehow up in second. They're having a cracking season. We're not having a cracking run of form at the moment, though, as you can see. Musin, 6.3. Atberk didn't play well. Didn't play too badly, though. Obalor, I can let him have that. Kubilay was bad. Musin was bad. Omar played alright. Ozkan and Emrehan, bad. We then had Recap, average. Sinan, average. Cedar, bad game. And a bad game for Rigatsu. We then have Sadat, he came on. He did a solid performance. Berber came on and did a solid performance. I'm tempted to play Sadat here instead of Kubalay in today's game. So I might do that. Maybe. Or maybe we just swap out our right back. Because I know Kubalay's good. He does have this occasional bad game. And everyone has their occasional bad game. So I think I'll let Kubalay off. I'll have a little look. See how his past couple of performances have been. If they've been bad, I'll take him out. If he's only had one or two here and there, he can stay in. So I'll review that before we kick off today's game. And yeah, that is the team. Diarra came on. He struggled. We had to go to a triangle because I had to get Sadat off with that 6.2. So we had, I can't remember who this free was, I believe. It was Kubalay. I want to say Ozcan was up here. Koch was in this line. And actually, Ozcan might have been across here. I don't know. Anyway, we went to a triangle. We kept Rigatsu on, went to a triangle. That didn't work out. Doesn't matter. In the end, we had that disappointing loss. So, let's crack on into the game. As you can see, we've been on a terrible run of form recently. We won that game, then we lost 3 on the bounce, drew 1, won 1, lost 2 more on the bounce. So, it's time for us to get a draw, I guess. According to that, we'll get a draw or a win. Hopefully we'll get a win. We should get a win. We're against 18th in the league. They are struggling a lot more than we are. But as you can see, we are coming to the end of the season. Fast approaching, may I add. I think our next episode, I want to say, is against Yenny. Or is it Alan? I don't know. It might be Alan. I think it's Alan. I think I'm doing them two. And then Adana, I want to say, is the next one after that. Followed by Ankara, Fatih, and K. Something like that. Enough about future episodes, though. I'll figure that one out in just a second. We have the Kubalay problem to solve. So, Kubalay, how has he been performing? Kubalay, on his 6.5 grand a week, we expect a heck of a lot more out of him. Admittedly, he's a deep line playmaker who plays central defence for us. So maybe we should shift Kubalay up into that midfield a little more. But for now, we want to look at the coach reports. No, we don't. We want to look at stats, form. Yeah, form. Looking for his form. It should be in the form category. That makes the most sense. So, Kubalay, where are your most recent games? Is it top to bottom? Yes, it's top to bottom. So, Rizspor, 6.4. He had a 6.4 in the other game. 7, 6.5, 6.2, 6.5, 6.6. He hasn't really performed since down here. Our bad spell has been with him struggling. So, Kubalay, you are getting dropped, my friend. Sadat's coming in. We're giving Sadat a run. He can manage to get into the team. Gatsan is back into the team. No doubt he'll probably play terrible and get substituted off, as he usually does when I give him an opportunity to perform. But those two are in. I trust in Obolo. Obolo's been playing solid. Omar's been playing solid. Atbek, we're giving him a run out. Emrihan, how have you been doing, to be honest? Because you don't seem to have been doing a whole lot either. Form for you, 6.4, 6. Okay, Emrihan is up and down. He's had some awful games in there. Admittedly, though, these awful games are against Fenerbahce. So, against the not so good teams, he's been okay. So we can keep him in. Ozcan, I think, has been okay. He's been solid. Sinan, Rigatsu, I can't swap out. I'd swap Rigatsu out if I could, but sadly we cannot. Eren does have a bit of a knock. He'll probably have to go off due to his fitness concerns. But that is our lineup for today's game. We, of course, are going to be positive, and we are going to go into this tactical meeting. So, reduce defensive duties. Nah. Make 5 changes to the team. You want us to bring Yildirim in? No, he's been playing awful. Kubalay's been playing awful. He's already in the team. You just want me to swap his side. He's already in the team. You want him to swap sides, and he's in the team. You want him to swap sides. Okay. Assistant is still crazy. Doesn't matter who you have as your assistant manager. They're all absolutely bonkers. So, Sadat Derson is lacking match sharpness. Okay. And 5 players lack familiarity. A lot of green. We have Ndoye not liking the pressing because he's an old man who doesn't like running about. So, let's crack on with today's game. Let's get some football under our belts. And I will try not to bang my coffee too much, because I have not put anything down for it to go on. So that is our lineup. I know how hard you are all working to end this poor run of form. Today is the day. It is. Today's the day. And I apologise if this cuts out part of the screen. I forgot to use my Doctor Who cup, so instead I'm using my FM21, which of course is green, and my green screen likes to crop out green. So, you're 15th in the form table. Can you turn things around? It could take just one result for us to go on a more positive run. I've made that clear to the team. As you prefer to face them, are you happy with Friday's performance as a ball playing? He's playing there at the moment. It'd be so to change it. Yeah, 6.84. He could do better, but he's not the worst player in the world. Yeah, he'll carry on doing his thing. I'm not the sort of manager to try to fix what isn't broken. Exactly. Why would I try and fix something that isn't broken? That's just silly. I'm not liking that block of flats in the corner of the ground though. Admittedly, I wouldn't mind having a flat like that. It'd be great. You can just sit in your flat, watch every home game, just enjoy them from the stands. Even when they're played behind closed doors, you get to view. It's not like they put up a big screen in front of your window. So, Agatzan, I butcher his name now because I've not had to say it for so long. Aaron, though, from range. Jesus, Aaron, that would have been a beautiful start to the game. Unfortunately, though, it goes wide. As you can see, though, 2 on target from 3. Looking a little bit better for our conversion rate today's game. Passing completion is up to 88. We need to get in the 90s. Thank you. We're on 90 now. That's looking good. We do want to push the lads, though. We've got a few more minutes left of the half. We're going to demand more. We're going to push them a little bit more. Rigatsu, we need to see something from you. He's up to a 6.7. He's still not scored, though. We need him to end that goal drought today. It'd be a lovely time for him to do it. But we head into half-time. They've had absolutely 0 shots. We've had 5. 0 on target, of course, because they've had no shots, to our 3. No XG, because, well, they've had no shots. And we've got 0.96. 0 corners to 2. 6 fouls to our 2. 0 yellow cards, 0 yellow cards. 85% passing to our 89. 44% possession to our 56. I don't know why when I read 9 I want to say 6. But, yes, 89% passing is our current passing at the moment. Let's give the fans something to cheer for. I mean, we're away from home. I don't know if you've realised this. I'm delighted with your performance. I'm not. You're doing okay, to be honest. Some of you could do a bit better. You know, that's going to pack you up. They're doing okay, but they need a push. They need to be told they're not doing enough. So, go out there. Get us a goal. Go score goals. In fact, we are going to go attacking. We're going attacking. We might be away from home, but we're going attacking with a much better side. We've shown that we shouldn't be down there scrapping, really. We are probably a mid-table team. We have managed to play with the likes of like 6th to 10th, that sort of area. So we, I would say, are probably like a 12th, 13th team that can push into this block for the next season. And then hopefully the season after, we can push for these top 5. But we shouldn't be losing too much to teams down here. Emrahan is 1 away from Ignore. We've got plenty of players who are close to a suspension. We're on the 67th minute as well. So let's get some fresh legs onto the pitch. We have Gullier. Right, Sedat, come on, perform this time. Don't have a terrible time. Who is struggling? Well, as you can see, I've just noticed that straight away. Oh, right back. Berber, he's always struggling. We need to sort this right back problem out. Both of them just struggle. It's awful. So, Edigan, he's having a bad game of all people. So, Vulcan can come on in his place. We then have Rigatsu, Ozcan. Not sure we can do a whole lot about that. We can bring on our cock and slide our cock in there. And Doi is probably not going to give us much of a threat up front, but we need to show Rigatsu that he's not cemented in that spot. So Rigatsu, get off the pitch. We need to bring on some fresh legs. We're going to encourage them. In fact, no, we're going to wait because we have a highlight. We have a throwing at the corner flag because that's how corner flags work. They are going to come back on the attack though, of course. No, no, thank you. Thank you. we escape. We escape. And now we demand more from these peasants. Omar with a throwing gets it into Sinan. Sinan gets it over to Ozcan. Cock with a lovely cross. Recap can't get onto it. Volkan can't get back for the ball either. Ilka is going to counter-attack over to Berak now on this right-hand side. Saydat, please make a tackle. Johansson has acres of space. Omar, please get a tackle in. Please, Omar. Omar, don't let him pass it across. Jeez, that was nervy. Lucky for us, Ataberk makes a lovely save, but we need to get a goal. It's 0-0. They finally had a couple of shots, but we want to get a victory here. This is such a boring game. Somebody score a goal. I don't care if it's them at this point. We want a goal. Demand more. Come on. 3 minutes. We want to see a goal, not a ball draw. We're going to get a ball draw. It's a ball draw. And, well, as you can see, our defence did pretty darn good. But, unfortunately, their defence held up as well. So, Atabek got 7. Omar got 7.3. Saydat got a 7. 7.3 for Obilor. 6.5 for Musin. Of course, our right-back problems continue. We have Berber with his 6.3. Both of them struggled. Edigan should have done a heck of a lot better. We do need to probably work on a better playmaker, to be honest. He's rated at 4-star, but I don't see it. I really don't see it. He's looking a lot more like a player on £250 a week. We then have Mehmet. He had a rough game. All of these, of course, had rough games, hence why we took him off. We then have Koch. He came on, did decent. Both of these did decent, to be fair. Recap had a solid game. Sinan had a solid game. You guys. It's this left-hand side and attack and this stupid right-back issue. That was our problem today, and that's been our problem for most of the season. But we know what we need to fix. We need to sort our left attacking mid. We need to sort our right back, and we need to sort our striker. Well, we've got a new striker coming in. Goulier, when he's fit, is a decent backup for this side. We could do with a starter, really, for the right-hand side and bring him on as a super sub. And we need to sort this right back. So probably right back is our go-to next position. And then another person for this left-hand side to strengthen that. Of course, we do need to get a backup for Omar for next season. So that's something else we'll be looking at. Maybe I can get a right back who can play left back just to cover that. But really we need another player as well to cover that area. So they had 4 shots, we had 5. 3 on target each in the end. They had 0.49 XG to our 0.96. 5 corners to our 4. 18 fouls to our 10. 2 yellow cards to 1 yellow card. 85% passing to our 88. 44% possession to our 56. As you can see, Yildirim got a yellow card. I'm not sure if that puts him on a suspension, but Kapak, I believe that's the Kapak who used to play for us. He got a yellow card, didn't do anything for them. In fact, 6.7. He had a decent game. He wasn't too bad. He was outperformed by Recap, admittedly. So, yeah, not great this game. Not great at all. Ball draw. We don't like the ball draws. I'm not happy with the performance out there. That performance has shown that there is much work to be done. Therefore, we are training hard tomorrow. Yes. Cool, yeah? I don't care. I will break your legs in training if you can have that sort of attitude. A goalless draw for your side today. What did you think of the match? It was dull. Despite the result, I thought it was a cracking game. Yeah, sure. There was plenty of chances to get a win. No, there really wasn't. I wasn't too impressed with either team. A draw was fair. Well, we were terrible. And they weren't much better. I pity the fans a bit. I do indeed. And I apologise for the fireworks in the background. They are rather loud on my end, and I know the microphone's going to pick them up a heck of a lot louder for you guys. So, I apologise for that, and we shall head out of this screen. We are, of course, in 10th place. Not too bad. Dodds report on Aaron. Goal. Worry for Rigatsu. He continues his goalless form. End goal drought. How long is this goal drought? Over 17 hours without a goal. And oi, his is 23 matches without finding the net. We need to find some people to score goals. We really do. I'm glad we signed that striker for next season, because these two are awful. Bersa have been awarded 123k. I, of course, have this. And, well, our money's looking good. least there's some positives. We have 4.2 million in the bank, 5.4 million profit this year, 4 grand as our transfer budget. That's not great, but next season minimum guaranteed budget 247, not bad. We also have 5 grand under wage, although our current spend is slightly over our budget, so that's not great, but our committed spend's dropping off. We're going to be getting rid of a bunch of players. It's all good. We're going to have some money for next season. But that is it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you all have a lovely night. Of course, when this comes out, it is going to be 2021, I believe. So I hope you have a wonderful year ahead of you. I love you all, and goodbye.